Welcome back. Okay, today we're doing something usual but unusual. Um, if you've been following my channel for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you know that I'm not your typical whiskey person. Sorry, I'm not. I love to think outside the box. I love craft. I love all of the things around that. And today is no exception to that. Um, yeah, it is what it is, bro. I can't change who I am, right? It is what it is. Okay. We're dipping into something pretty cool. I have the bottles on the floor for some reason. I should have had them up and ready to see. Today we are dipping in, and you've seen this in another video already, but now we're doing the actual review of the whiskey. I can't ever get it right. Dad's Hat Pennsylvania Straight Rye Whiskey. This is aged 4 years in Pennsylvania, obviously. It is 47.5% alcohol or 95 proof. Here's the deal with Dad's Hat. And I recently did a podcast with them, and it's coming out very soon, schedule permitting. It's recorded. I just got to get it out, guys. I got a lot of stuff. I got a lot of works in the book. A lot of works in the book. I got a lot of irons in the fire. I just keep having analogies. I'm sorry. I just keep having analogies. But this is a twofer. I'm going to give you guys a twofer. You ready? So we're also going to talk about Dad's Hat. Get straight. Come on. Dad's Hat. Rye whiskey finished in port wine barrels. Everybody knows I love a good port wine, right? This one is interesting. It's 47%, 94 proof. But this one is interesting. This was aged a minimum of 6 months. 6 months in new Chardo. So it makes it's not a straight rye. It's just a rye. But it was finished for 3 months. So it's a 9-month-old whiskey. It was finished for 3 months in port wine barrels that they get from a local winery. Super cool. So let's talk about Dad's Hat for a second. If you don't know Dad's Hat, they are a Pennsylvania distillery, a small Pennsylvania distillery that is making traditional rye whiskey. I've asked them multiple times, do you make anything else? And I just want to let you know, I have both samples right here. I'm letting them air out a little bit. So just, I poured them right before I hit record. So they've been 5 to 6 minutes. Anyway, we're going to let them air out for a second. Okay, here's the deal. They're, like I said, they're a smaller craft distillery focusing on rye. But they're focusing on a specific aspect of rye. Pennsylvania rye. Now, Pennsylvania used to be the mecca of rye whiskey. That's where it came from. They are using a mash bill of 80% rye. They change ryes every once in a while. They do 15% malted two-row barley and 5% malted rye. So the one thing I did not put in there, which a lot of the other rye whiskey producers have, is corn. This has 0 corn in it, which makes it very different. Also, smaller still setups, but they are doing some really amazing things with their whiskey. Okay, all those things being said, the podcast will be out soon. It was a banger. It was really fun. So in this glass, your drinking buddy glass, I have their straight 4-year-old rye whiskey. And it is unlike any rye that you or I have ever had. And the podcast will come out very soon. And in that podcast, I'm giving away a sample. Go listen and comment. And you can be in the run for a sample of your choosing between the port and this one. He also sent me a maple cask finished. I haven't opened it yet. I got a lot of stuff going on. I haven't opened it yet. This one is super. It's unlike normal rye. It's not as herbal. It's very like fruity, almost fruity to the nose. The proof doesn't hit you hard. This one is aged 4 years, so it does have some age on it. The color's really light though, but let's see. Let's have a little taste. Oh man! So it hits you right about the mid palate. It's like think of your tongue as a it's a what obtuse. I don't know if it's obtuse or oblong. It's oblong, I guess. In the middle of it, you have taste buds and there's different spots in your tongue where you taste things. It hits you right that middle of the tongue with I'm going to say spice because it's lack of a better word, but it's not like a baking spice. It's more like cardamom, which that could be a baking spice, right? But it's like almost a five spice type cinnamon, but not cinnamon. It's not like apple pie spice at all. It's not like that. It's more of an herbal, like almost thyme or even rosemary spice, which I know rosemary is not spicy, but like that type of vibe. Like you ever made like a dish where you had you burned rosemary, or there's even cocktails out there where they torch a rosemary over old fashioned or whatever. Yeah, that's I'm getting that savory. It's not rosemary. Okay, I don't want you to think it tastes like rosemary. It's not rosemary, but it's like that. It's a herbal, but not your normal herbal. There is a little bit of the eucalyptus Pier 1 imports taste, which I have to say comes from just rye, period, that I get. That's a tasting note I get. And then on the nose, it goes back to, it's like a cherry, vanilla, Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper has like a lot of different flavors going on, 23 different flavors. Ascorbic acid is one of the biggest ones, but which is a black mold, if you didn't know. Anyway, not ascorbic, citric. Sorry, not ascorbic. Ascorbic acid is just what it is. Citric acid is made from black mold. Whatever. That's fine. It's super light, super refreshing almost. I cannot wait to put this into a cocktail. Old fashioned. That's really the only cocktail. I do like a whiskey sour. I like what's the other one? I forgot what it's called. Where you do the egg white, right? I do love those. Get some Peychaud's bitters. Amazing. I forgot what it's called. It'll be right here. That is super nice. Super nice. Okay. Weird tasting note that just came through. I'm gonna let it go because it's there. Do you ever have really good salsa? You go to a Mexican food restaurant and they have really great salsa. It's that saltiness, a little bit of saltiness, and then that really fresh tomato. And like the onions dialed back a little bit where it's not like really pungent in your face. And the cilantro is really cohesive with everything. That's what it tastes like. It doesn't taste like freaking salsa, obviously. I know that. But it's that fresh, super fresh. Man, it's so good. Thank you. Thank you, Herman. Herman, head distiller, obviously. I got to go back for more of that. That was awesome. I always do that. I always put way too much water in my mouth when I'm trying to cleanse my palate. It's just a thing I do. You do what you want. It's your life. So now on to B. B is the port finished, right? So, but here's the caveat to this one. This one is 9 months old. And I asked Herman about that. I was like, so why 9 months? Why didn't you let it go for 2 years to where you could call it a straight rye whiskey, right? He goes, well, we did. And this was better. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Like, I haven't tried the 2 year, obviously. He goes, we can get enough extraction from the oak in 6 months to where it gives us the vanillas, the caramels, the things we want out of it. I want to maintain that rye taste because the new make itself is amazing. This is his words. The new make itself is amazing. He has bars that look for the new make, that buy his new make to make cocktails with. Just the new make. So sitting on oak for 6 months and then 3 months in port, so 9 months. If he can turn around and make an excellent product, which we're going to dip into, why not? Why would you age it longer to get less results? And that's what a lot of people, I'm setting it down because you know what's fixing to happen. No, that's what a lot of people don't understand. Yes, an age statement is great. Straight rye whiskey is a cool thing. But if you can make a great product at 9 months, why are you wasting your time? If it degrades in its taste, the longer you let it sit, why are you going to have the barrel warehouse space? Why are you going to do all the things when you can make a great product? Now, I told Herman when I got the bottles from him, and I said I'm going to give an honest review of these, and I feel like I have with the first one. It's amazing. I'm not going to lie. It's an amazing whiskey, and I can't wait for you to try it. They are on Seelbach. They're on a couple of other places. Please look for them. They're doing some amazing things with rye whiskey. If you're into rye, some people aren't into rye. Like some people aren't into smoky scotches. It's all good. I like them. All right, let's dip into this one. This one is a little bit lower in proof. By like what? 1 point? 1 point lower? Whatever. Oh, man, it's super nice on the nose. A lot of raisin, plum, dark cherry. But then you get the herbaceousness, the herbal coming through, the cardamom, like I was talking about, the Chinese 5-spice, thyme, rosemary, those herbs. Like you put something on a steak that not garlic, with no garlic, but like when you make a herbed butter and you put it on a steak, not the steak smell or anything like that, just that herb butter smell. It's very, I'm going to say this word, and I know people don't like this word. It's very unctuous. You ever had an unctuous, it's very unctuous. Bennett, do what you got to do. Let's have a taste. Wow. Okay. It's a ride. It's a short ride, but it's a ride. Right at the bat, you get that almost, and this is just me, I'm telling the truth, 100. You get that almost craft, but like new make. If you've ever tried new make whiskey, like whiskey that's just off the still and then they package it. It's not their moonshine or whatever, but it's their new make that they would put in a barrel. It has that vibe, but it's rye. So like it's very rye centric, but a different type of, it's very hard to explain. It hits you right in the front palate. It's very grainy, very rye grain. It tastes like rye grain. But then it immediately hits you with some vanilla, some caramel. That's from the barrel, obviously. A lot of vanilla. Vanilla frosting almost. Like it's sweet, super sweet. And then the port takes over. So it's like 1, 2, 3. You know, it has these 3 levels on it. Level 3 is the raisin, the dark plum, the viscousness of it, the unctuousness, I would say, for a 9-month-old whiskey. Think about that. It's this side, isn't it? It's that side. Yeah. See how my hair starts flipping out? It is what it is. I'm just happy it's growing. You know, like they told me it could be a year before it grew. So, you know, I'm happy to get this much. Oh, man. So on the nose again, after the retronasally, obviously, it is almost cotton candy, right? It's almost cotton candy sweetness. Like either a grape cotton candy or like dark blackberry which I don't know if they make blackberry cotton candy, but it smells super sweet. It's obviously not been sweetened, but port, fortified, whatever, This is riveting YouTube, isn't it? It's like, just watching me smell whiskey. It has something to it that is unlike any other whiskey, rye whiskey or other. It has it's not strange. Oh, I need to taste it again. Sorry, I make dumb faces when I drink sometimes. Black pepper. Yeah. It has a black pepper hit in it that I really enjoy. I love a heavily crusted black pepper like steak or something like that. Oh man, it's so good. It is so good. But then like it's like black pepper with grape Kool-Aid on top of it or something. Like it's so good. It is so good and I mean, I'm not saying for a 9-month-old whiskey. I'm saying for a whiskey that they decided to put in a bottle when they did. I haven't tried the other one that they mocked up, but if you just gave that to me not knowing it's 9 months old, I would think it's at least 3, 4. It is short on its lifespan, on its tasting lifespan. Like right now, is all I can taste is that little bit of lingering vanilla and possibly some raisin. That's it. It's kind of just going away. It's probably a 15-second ride. That's a pretty good ride. Most of y'all can't last that long, so whatever. To me, I know. I'm sorry. I love you guys anyway. But to me, it is so good. I've really been trying to get into rye whiskey lately. Trying to open up my palate to it. Open up my palate to a lot of things, actually. Just kind of getting out there and doing the thing. But rye is really speaking to me. The Devil's River Rye I did recently, that one was super good. Like, I don't know. I guess rye's just calling to me, and it's not even Friday yet. So, okay, I'm gonna chop this off. This was a major success, and please, when the podcast comes out, I'm not gonna give away sample because I'm already giving away sample. That sort of thing. It will come out on YouTube as well, so I will wait a couple of weeks after it comes out, and you can sign up. If you watch, well, we'll worry about that on the video, but give me like a hashtag Dad's Hat or something like that on it. That way I know you want in on the giveaway. I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but if I didn't, that's don't do it in this one. Do it in the later one. It's going to be a couple weeks though. This I'm going to turn and burn this one, but it's going to be a couple of weeks on the Dad's Hat. I just have a lot of interviews that I've done, podcasts that I've done that I need to get out first. Not that it wasn't a great freaking interview. I want to get it out as soon as possible. I might jump it up a little bit, but I got a lot of guys. I got a lot of guys online. So anyway. Love you guys. Thank you for all the support. Thank you to my sponsors, Bad Motivated Barrels and Z Smith Whiskey and Mixology. And if you would like to support me monetarily, be behind the scenes exclusives, I just did a podcast just for them. It was super cool. We talked about how Amberana tastes like cat pee. It was awesome. If you want to in on that, patreon.com/whiskey slash the whiskey shaman. The rye whiskey got me there for a second. If you want in on any of that, it is a monetary investment, but at the same time, it helps out the channel and you get special perks for it. And they're always growing, changing. I'm trying to do as much as I can for my patrons. I love them, and they keep this afloat because as of right now, I don't make no money doing this, and it's a lot of work, and you got to buy bottles. You got to do all the things. So, yeah, until next time. Y'all be good. Be safe out there. Drink responsibly. Drink water. Drink a lot of water. when you're drinking whiskey, you need to be drinking water. I'm sorry, I'm not your personal trainer. I'm not telling you what to do, but I am a whiskey steward, and I want you guys to treat it respectfully. And if you're having problems with that, please contact somebody. Contact me. I'll find the right sources for you to get you help. And that's from the heart. I'm serious. Treat the whiskey with respect. And until next time, keep your spirits up.